This is where lead code has actually helped us in involving these problem solving skills. That is why everyone focuses that solving lead code problems is a must. By the way, how many problems have you solved? Hi everyone, today I have taken over Ashish's YouTube channel and I have with me Bhavna, my very dear friend. So both of us are working with IBM. Today, Bhavna is going to share her interview experience with IBM ISDL. So hi Bhavna, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yeah, yeah, sure. So, hi guys. Hi Priyanka. So, I'm Bhavna. I am basically from Mathura. My education was there in Vanasthali Vidyapeeth, Jaipur. I have done BTech from there. So, I am 2022 pass out. And right now, I'm working with IBM, ISDL as a software developer. So, that's all about me.
So, how was this journey exactly? How did IBM happen? Was it a off campus, on campus? How was the interview? And like, what would you like to tell? What would you like to share with all of us?
Yeah, yeah. So till now, I joined IBM in January 2022 as an intern. So till that time, actually, what happened in October or November, there was a mail. It came to me ki okay, there is some because in my college we have to do a internship from January to June. So it was like this. So the thing only came like okay, there is an internship opportunity, so I just applied for it, my resume and all the details that I filled out there. And then I got a that mail ki okay, you have a online assessment. So there were basically three rounds in this. So the first one was online assessment, that was the coding round. That was purely coding, nothing more than that coding. And the second one was technical coding round, and the third one was HR round. So it was, and about the journey, I mean, I just feel ki from January to till now. So it has been almost 1.5 year. So that was a, I personally feel ki I have I have been grown as a person, and it was all filled with because in January to June also I worked from home as well, and from July I worked as a full time. So changing in projects and all those things. I feel this is I was very happy about it.
So the journey that I had was a little different because Bhavna joined as an intern, but I joined directly as a full time. So the process was exactly the same, the rounds and everything. It included DSA and everything like that. But yeah, it was more because you have a little more experience than me. I have just completed 9 months recently, and you have completed 1.5 year. So, what would you like to share about your preparation journey? How did you prepare for it?
Okay. So about the preparation, what I did, so mainly it was all about. So see, in different companies, there are different criteria to assess you, what they want, how they want you to be appear, and all those things. So IBM was like the first round was, but before that first round, I think you have to take one round. If it's just not ISDL thing, it's like if you are coming into IBM, so they have some cognitive assessment rounds. Yeah, so it's like there are 5 rounds in that, and it's a kind of games actually that checks your cognitive mental ability and all those. It's kind of fun game only, like we play on computers and mobiles all day na? So that was all about. So it's not like a how to say ki, it's like just a, it's not a assessment round, it's like okay, you can have it, or mental ability round basically we can say. So first round was that. After that I have my that coding round, online assessment. So it was all about there were three coding questions in that. So all of them, one was easy, and the two one was of medium level. So I prepared through multiple platforms actually. So I solved problems on lead code as well, geeks for geeks as well, and all those things. Yeah. I prepared because when the preparation journey is going on, so every time when we are having it, so it's like okay, this should not be the case that I'm lacking about. So it was something like that for my case. I mean, it actually worked out. So I prepared through them, and so yeah. So in my coding round, two questions, easy and medium. I mean, one of the medium, I was able to solve fully. I mean, those were passing fully. And the third one, it was like I was not able to solve it fully. It was partially passed. But still, after that, I got the call for a interview round. It depends on this as well, ki how many candidates are there and how they are having it and how many positions are open. So it depends on that as well.
And also, it depends whether we have applied a naive algorithm or we have optimized our solution. So they basically want to see our ability of solving the questions rather than just making the test cases pass. Because you can make the test cases pass by writing just simple if else situations,
Yeah.
but obviously it will not help you. Same in my case, like I was able to solve like three questions were there. I was able to solve the easy one and the medium one completely, and the third one that was a little bit related to backtracking. I was not able to solve it fully at the moment because there is time constraint as
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
So it was partially passed, but still I got selected for the next round because they just see how we are doing it. So even if you are not able to, this is just an advice in between. So even if you are not able to complete all the questions, don't be disheartened that you will not be selected because it actually depends on their side, and just keep on trying from your side.
Yeah, and there is one more thing there. Ki when you are having those, when you are solving that question, so if you are applying a naive approach to solve that, so okay, some of the test cases will be passed, but there are actually some hidden test cases in that they run behind the scenario. And if you are not applying that, optimized approach, then it will take so much of data and memory and all. So ultimately, it will fail. So that also plays a very important role in this solving question as well. Or when we solve it on lead code and all, you might have experienced this. Ki, okay, this thing is working on some of the test cases. Why it is not working with other? So that might be the cause with that.
This is where LeetCode has actually helped us in involving these problem solving skills. That is why everyone focuses that solving LeetCode problems is a must. By the way, how many problems have you solved?
So the number of problems that I have solved, it's like not like I solved on Geeks or Geeks as well, around 150 to 200. On lead code also it was 100 to 150 around, and yeah, I think on yeah, I
That
just
was
I can remember at this moment that only because when we it's very important to solve the problems on different platforms as well because it gives you a very good experience. Okay, how because there is one platform as well that gives you geeks for geeks that gives you questions on company wise basis also. So that is also very helpful because sometimes companies are also like "Ki, okay, we just want to test it on backtracking or like this also. So I mean the specific topics they want to test, so it also helps you. I think geeks for geeks was very good for me.
also, there are many companies which give their own platforms while giving the OA tests. So, if we are familiar with different platforms, we are able to test there. Because once I remember I was giving the online round of some company, and the UI was similar to what we have there in web development. So it was similar to that. There was this file and different files were there. And it was very difficult to actually understand that. That is why it is very important to don't get confused with different platforms. Where should I solve problems? But have the familiarity with different platforms. That's what I mean.
And the problems that I solved mostly na when we solve around a number of questions there. So it's like na ki mostly they will repeat. If you find a pattern ki okay these are the problems, these are the things. If you actually visualize that thing, then you will see the questions are repeating itself. And I forgot to mention that I have solved 100 problems on Photoshop as well.
That's a quite big achievement because I did not touch anything related to competitive programming. I was
Yeah.
just stuck with lead code and that's it.
Huh. At the end, the thing is, whatever works for you, go for it. That is the best way.
Obviously, because not for everyone this thing doesn't work for everyone. because at the end it doesn't matter how many problems you solve. It actually depends how much concept you have gained and how much knowledge do you have about it, because you can solve numerous problems but you can still not, if you are not confident about the concept, you will not able to solve the variation of that problem. That is why if we are solving like 10 problems on linked list, those should be the core problems so that you will be able to solve the variations of them, and it's just about that only.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. And coming to my interview experience with IBM, it was like the let's first discuss about the technical round. So technical round was more like there was one guy who took over. So it was like for me, it was like he was just asking questions. Okay, what is this? What is this? What is this? Like this only. So I was like, okay. I
What
was,
were the questions
yeah.
related to?
First, in the first half, he asked me everything, actually everything. Okay, the coding questions, he asked me two to three coding questions as well. So when I was, and they were also medium type questions. Okay, so it's like one of the questions was there on peg tracking, I think. So when I was solving that question as well, na, he was asking me, you know, when I was applying the naive approach on that, and he was like, okay, how it will go, and when I was having some more loops in that, how it will help, how it will be, affect the complexity of the program, how all the things will work. Okay, so these things also went with us. After that, after those two, three coding questions, I was not able to solve. So I said it bluntly, okay, I don't know about this question. And, I tried that question as well, okay, how it should go. But I mean, in the end, it didn't work out. So if you are feeling like that, na, okay, you are not able to solve that question, it's okay, you can say it. I mean, I said it. So it was like, the thing that they are testing is the thought to communicate, the ability to
And they want to see the thought process behind it, okay, whether the solution that you are telling, do you know how it's working behind the scenes, like you were able to explain how backtracking is working,
yeah.
how the loops are working. So they check that you are able to analyze it. And in problem solving, it's not just about if you are able to solve this problem, you will be able to clear the company down, because
Yeah.
even they know that it's sometimes it's just that your day is bad, you are not able to solve this problem today, but you will be able to solve it
Yeah.
tomorrow.
Even the good two questions that he asked me, I have solved it earlier as well. So the key thing, you don't have to tell this thing. Yeah, I have solved it
Yeah,
earlier.
you have to like fake it until you make it.
Okay, so make it like, okay, I'm trying
Oh,
it by
I'm
name.
thinking, oh, I don't know what's going on. You have to just pretend to think and you are going through that process. So, this is how it's gonna happen.
Yeah. So after that, so in ISDL, the positions are more likely they work on Linux and all those things, the Windows and all that. So he asked me so many questions about OS related concepts as well. So it was like he said it. Okay, the pros. I mean, I said it. Okay, there was only one. Subject in my BTech, so I just learned about that, and the basic knowledge I have from there only. I don't know less more about it. So I just know about it. Ki there was one lab, there was one theory subject in it. So I just tell all those things about. So he said okay. So he asked me some questions. There was we used to solve that with the table. Okay, how there were four approaches that we used to do. So all those concepts he asked me. Apart from that, he asked me some data structure concepts as well, like what is priority queue, and how does it work. Give me a real life example, how it works and all. I mean, okay, how you actually see the priority queue in your real life. So that's all he asked me about. After that, there is one very famous question in the end of interview. Ki, okay, video, is there any question that you like to ask me? So the best way, if you are not thinking, okay, I mean, if you don't have any smart question, unless and until, I'm not saying for that, but then ask about his experience in the end. Same
Yeah, because
company.
if you don't ask anything, then it feels like you don't have anything to ask.
Uh-huh.
So you should ask something or the other to make the other person seen that you are interested in that role. So how was your experience? Like you can say in this manner that as you are working with IBM for such a long time, I've seen like you have been here for the last 14, 15 years. So how was your experience? Like it will help me in my long term growth. You can ask like
Yeah,
that.
and also now you know what used to happen in my interviews. I had so many interviews before that, and in HR round they used to reject me. I don't know what happened. So after that in that I mean what I have figured out in those interviews, it's like okay, if the interviewer is little casual with you, or maybe you can initiate that thing, it is little helpful.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I mean you agree with it, no?
Yeah, if the interviewer is a little soft, okay, then
Okay, so that things work for me. So that was how the technical round was. And yeah.
so, any advice that you would like to give to the viewers who are in just third or fourth year want to crack the internship or any full time role?
What I have learned in my journey from 1.5 year in the corporate, and before that in the college as well, uh, the most important thing is communication skills. Work on your because problem solving and all those, it will come with time. I mean, maybe you are not feeling confident enough to feel that okay, you have solved so many questions, but still you are not able to. The it will help. It's just not the interviews and the coding rounds. It will help you in the those in your corporate life as well. Okay, the ability to communicate your thought process. Okay, you are working in this way. These are the things that you are working on. So I think that is the first most important skill, and that will come. Talk to different people, not just you can have a group of friends. Try to have a mock interviews with them. It will actually help, and one thing that I did, it may sound little crazy, but it was like I used to talk to mirror. So it was like it will help you to analyze yourself in front of you only, because you can be the most critical person in the room. So it helps that way. I mean, it worked for me. So yeah.
It is actually a psychological way of improving self confidence because it helps us to like visualize the way we talk and improve on it. So yes, obviously.
Yeah, and apart from that, see that problem solving skills and all you have to work on, and you have to solve the questions on lead code, geeks for geeks, and take mock interviews. These are the all things. Work on your projects because these were the things that are the real life. I mean, the concept that you have learned about them, they will actually apply in the project, and how those things are working in the real life, because it will be the thing that you will be doing in your day-to-day job itself. So yeah, it works out.
And communication, there's nothing to worry about. Even if your English is not good or anything like that, you don't need to worry about it. You just need to say things in such a way that you are able to convey your thoughts. That's what
Yeah,
matters.
I have seen so many
So many
introverts
people
as
in
well.
Bangalore and
Uh-huh.
everywhere, people don't care about your grammar. You are saying in the, but you should be able to just convey your thoughts.
It's just conveying, that's all matter, because at the end you should be a skilled engineer in your for your employer. so, so who can solve the problems whatever they are throwing on you. Introverts and extroverts are
They're everywhere. So that's it from our side today. Um, so it was very great talking to you, Bhavna, and having you here with me. So this was it from our side. If you have any questions, you can drop down in the comment section below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe Ashish's channel for sure. So
Yeah, this was our day, so we took the Ashish.
thank
Yeah.
you.
Thank you.